Today I'm checking out these two shipping container adapters. Now what these do is they go into that little hole in the bottom of the foot of the shipping containers that's on the corners, and it goes in, locks into place, and then you use a bottle jack to be able to lift it and lower it. Now I was sent these at no cost so I can do this review, but I'm going to be using these to level my shipping containers at my property. I have multiple shipping containers, and over time when it rains, we didn't build a foundation, so the bricks will kind of slowly sink down in. All I do is lift them up, stick a little bit more shim in there or another brick to get them leveled out. Let's get these things out of the box and check them out. All right, so these are the adapters out of the box. These look like they're really heavy built, so they should not be able to only handle the weight of the container, but everything that's in there too. These look like they're gonna work great, and I'm gonna bring them out to the land and we're gonna put them to test. All right, so this is basically what I call the leg, but it's one of the main corner structures of a shipping container. And they always have this standard cutout hole that's at the bottom of the shipping containers. This is very standard to see this on a shipping container because they use these to connect containers together, to connect containers onto trailers when they ship them, just for all different kinds of things. So this is pretty standard. And that is why this has this same pattern right here, and then it's got this steel bar here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this in sideways. It's gonna go inside that hole, and then it's gonna twist up. And now it's basically locked in there because it's twisted and it's not able to fall back out of that hole. So now that the adapter is here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna put a piece of wood underneath because I know I need to probably lift it up a little bit more to get as much height on my jack as possible. Then I've got this portion of the jack. If your jack will extend like this, it's probably good to do it so it's nice and tight. So I got that lifted up, sitting in there nice and tight. Now you want it positioned there, pretty good because you're going to be putting a lot of load on this. But in general, that's how we're going to have it. Then you would go ahead and use your jack stick to start jacking this up. Now I'm going to do two sides, so I'm going to go prepare the other side also, and then we can start jacking this up and I can show you how well this thing lifts it. So here's the update on what I'm doing. Since I'm lifting this from the front where the door side is, when I started lifting this adapter started kind of moving a little bit. If you were doing them from the side, which is probably where these are intended to be done from, you have a nice flat surface right here of steel. This thing ain't going nowhere. It's going to be planted flat against this. But since there's this indentation here where the door is, it's actually perfect for a 2x4 to go here. So I put a 2x4 here just to steady this arm. It would probably still be okay because it's kind of locked in down here anyway, but I put this here so it wouldn't wiggle because these aren't huge jacks and there's not a big surface there with these jacks. But anyways, this is working great and I've already started lifting it up just a little bit. I don't want to go any further because I want to get the other side put on so I can lift these up together and level it. Then I'm going to put more support underneath and then set them back down. But this adapter is doing awesome. I mean, it's not even flinching, and it was, even with this small jack, I mean, it was nothing to get this thing lifted up. I'm gonna go do the other side real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like both sides being lifted up. I've got both of these set up here, and I've got this one over here. That one's about 1/2 inch off the rock now. And then this one over here is also about 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more. So now what I'm gonna do is lift them up and just see how much I've got to lift each side to get it level. So we're talking about a container that is not empty, and these didn't even flinch trying to lift this up. Very good little connectors, they work great. So all I can say is be safe when you're working with something like this, and I hope this information was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care.